let's talk about something that's pretty much a cornerstone of modern life, right? The salary. I mean, on the surface, it's our security, it's the foundation we build our lives on. But what if that very foundation is also the floor of a gilded cage? That's what we're going to dive into today.
And let's be real, a salary feels safe. There's this deep, almost primal comfort in knowing that a predictable chunk of money is headed your way. It's the solid ground you can build on, both literally and figuratively.
Yep, it arrives like clockwork. And that regularity? It isn't just convenient, it lets us plan, it lets us budget, and it helps us live without that constant, low-level hum of financial anxiety in the background. It just kind of smooths out the chaotic edges of life.
Everything is going to be fine. Just take a deep breath. You're not alone in this, remember that.
And you know, in a world that feels more and more unpredictable every day, that stability is a powerful anchor. It's the number we can plan our rent around, our groceries, our entire lives. But, and this is a big but, here's where the story takes a sharp turn.
This is the question we really have to ask ourselves. What if that comfort we love, that predictable safety net, is quietly closing doors to opportunities we haven't even thought to look for yet?
This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. This isn't some attack on earning a living, not at all. The trap isn't the money itself. It's the subtle trade-off we make when the comfort of today starts to quietly replace the possibility of growth tomorrow.
So, how does this trap actually work? Well, it's not some external force holding you down. It starts right up here, in our own minds. Let's dig into the psychology that can turn a simple paycheck into a mental boundary.
Here's the deposit slip and check.
Seriously? Think about that for a second. When you know exactly what you're going to make next month, your brain, without you even realizing it, starts to plan and dream and even limit your ambitions to fit inside that neat little box. Your potential could be a rocket ship, but your thinking can become quietly tethered to your paycheck. This all taps into a really fundamental human bias, risk aversion. I mean, behavioral economists have shown this time and time again. Our brains are hardwired to prefer the sure thing. Even if a riskier path could lead to a way bigger reward, our gut instinct screams, stick with the guaranteed salary. It just feels safer.
And what happens over time is this can cause a huge mental shift. We move away from a growth mindset, asking, how can I expand my value? And we slip into a preservation mindset, asking, how do I protect this income? Our whole focus shifts from building that rocket to just fortifying the castle walls.
Okay, so we've seen the psychological setup. Now let's look at how this mental framework actually builds a real-world cage around us. It's time to peel back the hidden layers of this gilded prison.
It's gonna be okay.
We'll figure this out together.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So these are the subtle forces at play here. And each one seems pretty harmless on its own, but you put them all together and they construct the bars of the cage. Let's break down a couple of the most powerful ones.
We've all seen this happen, right? Maybe we've even lived it. A pay raise comes in, and what happens next? A bigger car payment, a nicer apartment, more subscriptions, and pretty soon, our higher salary is totally eaten up by higher obligations. Suddenly, the job that was once an opportunity becomes an absolute necessity just to keep up with the lifestyle we've built. And here it is, the ultimate trade-off, the real cost of it all. You look at any study on career satisfaction, and they all point to autonomy. You know, the freedom to make your own choices as a key driver of happiness. Yet the very structure of so many salaried jobs, with their set hours and hierarchies, asks us to trade that autonomy away for stability.
So, what's the escape plan? Is there a way out? Absolutely. But it's not about rejecting salary altogether. It's about fundamentally changing how we see it. Let's talk about reframing your paycheck.
I'd like to deposit these 2 checks, please. Certainly.
Certainly.
From being the end-all be-all destination to being the fuel for something much, much bigger.
Here's the new mindset. You've got to use the stability of your salary to your advantage. See it as a secure home base from which you can take calculated risks. Use that income to develop high-value skills. Invest any extra cash to build assets that work for you while you sleep. The whole goal is to create options, so your job becomes a choice, not a chain.
Okay, this brings us to the final, and I think most important, idea. True financial freedom. It isn't about the size of your paycheck, it's about what you build beyond it.
Just let that sink in for a moment. See, receiving income is passive. Building freedom, that's active. It comes from ownership of a business, of investments, of intellectual property. It comes from being adaptable,
because your security is no longer tied to just one employer.
And let me be crystal clear about this. The salary itself is not the enemy. It's a tool, and it can be a really powerful one. The real trap is the mental one. It's the belief that this is the only path. The moment we stop exploring ways to grow outside of our job description, we are, without knowing it, accepting a ceiling that someone else has set for us.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Take a hard, honest look at your own situation. Is your reliable paycheck a tool you're using to build a life of freedom and options, or has its comfort started to define the very walls of your world?